Rather than do an end of the year 2021 video, I wanted to do something a little different this time. A Happy New Year video. I'm going to talk in this video about some of my goals for 2022 and also recap my top 3 photos from 2021. But first, I want to thank all of you for being a part of the Weekly 50 community. Whether you read the blog posts or listen to the audio, whether you leave comments or not, you are part of what keeps Weekly 50 going. And I want you to know how much I appreciate you. So let's talk about some of my goals for 2022. My first goal isn't really about photography, but it's something I hope to do anyway. Get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. As I record this, I'm just over 200, and I know we can reach a much bigger audience than that. I'll say what you hear all the time on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe and like the videos, but I encourage you to do a little more than that. Share this channel with others. That's really what I would like. If I have one request of you, it's to share this channel. Post it on social media, or just send links of the channel or links of individual videos in the channel to friends who are interested in photography. This channel has been a useful teaching tool for a lot of people, and I know that we can reach a bigger audience, but we need to tell people about it. So if you have friends or family or groups that you're involved in that you think would benefit from learning about photography through the videos that I post here, share the channel with them. The more we can grow the Weekly 50 community, the better it will be for everyone. My next goal in 2022 is to spend a lot more time learning the ins and outs of my macro lens. This lens here, it's my D750 and my macro lens. Using this lens feels like I'm driving a Ferrari at 35 miles an hour down residential streets. I know that that lens can do so much more than what I'm currently doing with it. And so that's one of my goals for 2022. Read more articles, watch more videos, and do a lot more experimenting with that particular lens. For years, I used close-up filters for macro-style shots, but this lens is a whole other league. And I feel like even after using it for several months, I'm just starting to scratch the surface, and I'm excited for where this will take me. My final goal is to get a new camera. I have several DSLRs, but Nikon's mirrorless cameras are looking better and better all the time, especially with the Z9 that recently came out. I'm wondering if that technology in the Z9 will trickle down to some of their other models, maybe a Z6 Mark III or a Z7 Mark III. New cameras are expensive though, and it's hard for me to justify spending money on yet another camera when I already have several cameras that work just fine, but we'll see what happens. I'm not going to stress that goal too hard. If it happens, great. If not, no worries. My cameras work great as they are. And of course, I want to continue doing Weekly 50. That's always a goal that I have in mind. So now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, my top 3 photos from 2022. Third place is this shot of a crop duster in the middle of Kansas. It was just a matter of accidentally being in the right place at the right time, but also with the right camera gear. It took an understanding of things like lighting, composition, and techniques like panning in order to get this shot. The conditions that led to this shot were accidental and quite fortunate if you ask me, but this shot itself was no accident. There's years of practice and technique refinement in this picture, and I knew exactly what settings to use and where to stand and all these things, and it made me proud to know that I was able to take this shot when I saw the opportunity to take this shot. My next photo, my second place photo for my favorite of 2021 is this shot of my son riding my bike on a very foggy morning. It was partially a matter of right place, right time, but mostly I like this shot because I don't think I've ever taken one quite like it. It has a sense of mood and atmosphere that seems like something out of a 1980s Steven Spielberg movie. It really wasn't quite difficult on a technical level, but it's a cool shot. It's a unique shot, and I'm proud that I was able to take it. That opportunity doesn't come along very often, and when it did, I'm just really pleased with that shot. So it's my number 2 shot. And my favorite shot of 2021 is this one right here. It's a photo of a sunset taken from Milford Lake, Kansas back in June. Everything about this image, in my opinion, just works. The colors, the smooth lake surface, the starburst pattern on the sun, the composition with the sun on the left, it just works. A year ago, in my end-of-year update, I said that one of my goals for 2021 was to experiment more with long exposure photography. And this shot is exactly what happened as a result. I took this with my 50mm lens, this same old lens here, this lens that I've had for, almost 10 years now. And it's the one that I started Weekly 50 with. I took that shot with this lens and a 10-stop ND filter, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. That about does it for this update, but I'd like to hear from you. What are your photography goals for 2022? Are there some things you've been struggling with that you want to overcome? Is there a technique that you want to try, or do you just want to make it a point to go out and use your camera more? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, whether it's here on YouTube or on the blog. And finally, thank you, all of you, for being a part of the Weekly 50 community. Whether you look at the photos, read the text, listen to the audio, leave comments on the blog, on YouTube, or even go to Flickr and look at the high-res photos and look at the EXIF data, you are part of Weekly 50. I'm so thankful to have you here. And this project, this ongoing project that I've been doing for almost 10 years now, wouldn't be the same without you. Thank you, God bless you, and here's to a great 2022.